Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So today I really wanted to do a video specifically for twin flames because it's been quite a while since we've done just a twin flame specific video. And I know that especially in the beginning of this YouTube channel 4 years ago, we discussed twin flames a lot. It was a lot of the roots or beginnings of this channel, and I feel that reflects that for many of you in the collective, being on a twin flame journey was a massive catalyst for your spiritual awakening and for realigning you with your true soul's path in this lifetime. Regardless of what's currently happening in the physical with whoever you consider to be your physical twin flame counterpart, you've really learned how to come into that internal energetic union, meaning you are balancing your internal divine feminine and divine masculine energies, which of course isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. But I get the sense that you've been generally keeping yourself in that balanced state of being that is also rendering you extremely magnetic for magic and miracles and exciting new things in your life. But at the same time, the reason I wanted to do this video is because I feel that there can be a lot of heavy energy around the concept of twin flames, especially for those of us who have in the past been extremely attached to the label twin flame to such an extent that we began to sacrifice ourselves, our sense of self-love, our confidence, our worth, or even our true passion or purpose to try and maintain a physical 3D connection with the person that we had labeled as our twin flame in the physical world. And for some of you who have gone through this experience, you may now consider that person to be a twin flame catalyst or a false twin flame. And I have several older videos on the channel about those topics if that resonates for you. But again, there has been this collective shift around no longer needing to label these types of connections that come into our lives, but simply accepting and embracing them as they are and feeling our way through them rather than trying to think our way into or out of them. When it comes to twin flame, however, this is such a complex, intricate, deep spiritual dynamic that really can't be understood by anyone besides a person who has had an experience with encountering a twin flame, with encountering this other soul that mirrors back to them their exact same core soul frequency in another physical body. And for many of us, this has left us at a point of what now or what next, when we've gone through this awakening that was sparked through this interaction with a twin flame. And now we're shifting into a new phase of the journey, regardless of whether or not you are in a physical union with the person you consider to be your twin flame, because I know that for some of you listening, you are in some kind of physical union or physical 3D relationship with the person that you've considered to be your twin flame. For others of you, you've released attachments to that label and you've allowed yourself to expand into a very harmonious soulmate relationship or a connection that really aligns with you where you are now on your spiritual journey. But there's still that sense of perhaps being connected to this person or to this past experience in your life, or really this current soul experience, this kind of soul dance still happening between your internal masculine and feminine and connected to or mirrored by this other person as well, regardless of your level of physical communication with them. So it can be extremely complex, but I feel that the key here, time and time again, comes back to being fully honest and open with yourself and making the most self-loving choice that you can make. Not needing to, again, intellectualize it or to know even in advance how things are going to play out, what your next 50 steps are going to be. It's so powerful and simple to simply allow yourself to make the next most self-loving choice for yourself. And as you keep doing that time and time again, you will see how that self-loving path unfolds itself in the most expansive and magnificent ways, but it requires you to trust. So in this video, we're going to be diving deeper into this whole twin flame dynamic, what's happening in the twin flame collective right now, and anything that you might need to know. For some reason, I feel the need to address this video specifically to many people who consider themselves to be twin flames, but who have disconnected from the 3D aspects of the journey, or maybe disconnected entirely from that label, even though it played such a huge role in your awakening. So I hope that some message here is beneficial for you. I want to let you know as well that there are still a few days left to enter our free tarot reading giveaway for the month of November. This is the first tarot giveaway that I'm doing on this channel, and all you have to do to enter is like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Only subscribers will be considered for this tarot reading giveaway, so do be sure to subscribe if you want to enter. And you can comment below letting me know something about your twin flame journey, whether you are still connecting physically with the person you consider to be your twin flame, whether you're in a soulmate connection or relationship, how you've been feeling about it, what you've been thinking about it, really anything you want to share with this space and this community. I would love to hear from you in the comments section. The comments really are my favorite part of this beautiful space on YouTube that we're co-creating together. Like, just talking about it almost makes me tear up a little bit. And I actually do tear up when I read a lot of your comments, because it's such a privilege to be able to connect with so many people from all over the world who are doing so many beautiful and magnificent things, whether you are simply alone with yourself, healing patterns from your ancestors, healing family wounds, being that light in the world wherever you are, or whether you are actually out there creating something in the world that is inspiring others, or that is embodying some aspect of your soul. It's just so beautiful to read about all of your creations and projects and thoughts and experiences. So thank you for all of the ways that you have been such an important co-creator here on the channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the cards here, and let's go ahead and actually start with the divine feminine. It's been a while since I've done a kind of divine feminine versus divine masculine reading, although the word versus really isn't accurate fully, but you get what I mean. They really do interplay with each other. And as I always say, we all have a balance internally of both divine feminine and divine masculine energies. So these messages could apply to your internal masculine or feminine, or to an external person or situation. And they aren't necessarily correlated to a particular gender. So you've closed some kind of chapter or some kind of door on your spiritual journey as a divine feminine. With door to spirit in the reverse position, I feel that I'm hearing something served its purpose. So this could have been even physical aspects of your twin flame connection, where you were connecting or relating to your twin flame in a specific way, but for whatever reason, you chose to close the door on that stage because you felt intuitively guided to do so, because you felt yourself being pushed into a different direction, and you chose to trust those feelings. And it's almost like I'm hearing the training phase is over. So if this isn't relating directly to your divine masculine counterpart, this could be some phase of your life that it's not the sense of closing a door to push something or someone away. It's marking something as finished, as completed. It's like completing a necessary training course. I feel that whatever this was, it was something that was necessary, but I'm hearing to stay in it would have been to overstay your welcome, meaning it served its purpose at the time, but now it's almost like there's no point in retaking a class that you've already mastered. You are the teacher now. And it would just be strange or uncomfortable to attempt to be the student in a class where you have now trained and evolved to the point of being ready to be a teacher. Wow, so that felt significant for someone. I don't know how that's relating for you, but this new beginning has been pulling you in such a strong way with the Sun card and the Goddess of the Moon card. You've been so profoundly in your power recently, and I wish you could just see how beautiful that is, not just energetically and spiritually, but in a way that literally shows up physically. You are turning heads. You are in this really, really magnetic state of being here. And I feel that with this Goddess of the Moon card, it's almost like she's looking fully at the moon in her hands, at this kind of glowing ball of light in her hands. And she's paying no mind to the people and things that are maybe observing her, maybe talking about her. She doesn't really care how people are reacting to her because she's entirely focused on this energy in her hands, representing this limitless power that you have access to and that you're fully focused on. So while you do seem to be turning heads and attracting a lot of attention, the interesting thing about this is you don't really seem fazed by it. In fact, at times you might not even notice it, but it's because you're so beautifully in your own element here. I'm hearing you're really beginning to make Earth your home. You may have spent a lot of your lifetime feeling as though you didn't really belong here fully on planet Earth, because you were here to transform planet Earth, because you were here to shift the collective in a new direction. And now that those collective shifts are taking place, you are going to begin feeling more at home on this planet than you ever have before your entire life, because you are leading others into this new Earth kind of way of being and operating. And in doing so, you're going to begin to connect with others who actually are much more like-minded, or I should say like-energied, because they have a similar soul to you, a similar energy to you. Now, interestingly, and somewhat out of place, I do have this all tied up card. So amidst you being in this state of total empowerment, focused on yourself, feeling yourself shifting into this new phase, having closed the door on something from your past, there's still this void energy. There is this kind of stagnant energy. So there might be something or some area of your life where you're actually feeling a bit uncertain or feeling a little bit stuck, almost like things may not be moving forward at the pace that you want physically, but you're choosing to live in a state of love anyway, meaning continuing to love and nourish yourself instead of being hard on yourself or beating up on yourself for things not moving forward more quickly. This may be interesting. I'm just hearing like divine timing is at play. And this thing is going to happen for you, but right now it still looks a little bit stuck. Things look inactive with the action card reversed. And we have Angel of Love here upright. So again, it's just being emphasized that you are like living in this state of love here. And yet there's something that feels a bit stagnant or feels almost as though it's not moving forward as quickly as you would like. Okay, so with the crown chakra card, it's in the divine's hands. This is happening in divine timing. I'm hearing that the activation has to be completed fully on a spiritual level before things can move forward in the physical. And I do feel that you already know that within yourself, which is why, in spite of that stagnancy, you are continuing to live in love and to trust, to not really need that external validation or confirmation, but to trust that feeling of empowerment that you've had, that feeling of shifting into this new phase that you've been having, to trust those feelings as indicating to you that you're on the right track here and that all of those things that you are manifesting are happening in this divine timing here. Now we do have door to value in the reverse position, and I'm hearing shifting sense of value. So you may be shifting your sense of how you value yourself in the world. This could come to your work, meaning maybe in the past you placed your value on how long you could work or how much you could burn yourself out or how much you could even accomplish on a to-do list. And now you are realizing that your value is your energy. It's that love, that living in love that is of the highest value here, and that opens doors in front of you and allows you to create more so from that effortless flow state. Now, since we're talking about creating from the flow state, stepping into your power, I do want to share with you my subliminal called the Awakened Divine Feminine that will really help you to step into and stabilize this powerful, beautiful energy we've been describing here. This subliminal works with the subconscious mind because subliminals are designed to bypass the conscious filter of the mind, making deeper, more lasting impressions on the subconscious mind, which is so powerful because research has shown it's actually our subconscious that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So when we shift what's happening in the subconscious mind, this is like a powerhouse of manifestation where we can begin to attract our goals, dreams, and desires much more quickly and effortlessly. I've seen this in my own life as I started using subliminals several years ago. I have seen the most powerful results, shifts, and changes in every area of my life as a result of using them, and I still meditate with them every single day. So I am now sharing my own library of subliminals with all of you through my app, Sound and Soulful, which is now available in the app stores. And in this app, I have over 130 subliminals for so many different areas of life, including love, relationships, money, manifestation, energy clearing, and so much more. And when you sign up in the app, you can listen to every subliminal in 10 different background sound options. You can create your own custom private playlists, and you can even read the affirmations while you are listening. For a limited time, I'm also offering a discount code called YouTube Love in all caps just for our YouTube community. So you can use that code at sign up to get 10% off your membership in the app. And the link to download the app and access my Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. It's interesting because when we got the Door to Value card reversed, I not only thought that this could relate to you as a divine feminine shifting your sense of value in the world, but also it felt like a segue into the divine masculine energy portion of this reading because I sensed that there is a divine masculine who feels a bit lost. They're almost mirroring this shifting sense of value, but they're feeling it more like they don't really know what value they have to offer you, or maybe what value they have to offer the world here, because they're seeing that value runs much deeper than the physical. They've begun noticing this through their awakening. But with the woman holding a coin upright, they may have had a karmic feminine from their past who really only placed their value in physical terms, in monetary terms, in terms of status or career, or maybe that just speaks to wounded feminine energy that they've connected with or that they've picked up on collectively that really just taught them that their only value in the world was what they could do or accomplish materially. And I feel that somehow their connection to you, regardless of how you're choosing to define this in the physical, has shifted their own sense of value and opened up new mental doors for them. It's opened up new possibilities that they never really considered before. This could be other considered life paths, career pathways, ways of connecting with other people. I feel like this process has been subtle and gradual and yet very significant over time. So at first, you might not notice the effect that you have on this masculine, but over time, it becomes very evident, especially in terms of how they show up in communication. You will notice that the masculine here begins to communicate much more from the heart and maybe even comes clean about certain levels of illusion or deceit that they may have been involved with in the past with the deceit card in the upright position. And I feel this shift in the way in which they communicate has to do entirely with this spiritual awakening that you sparked within them. I'm hearing by showing them a different way or showing them a different pathway through your example. And yeah, with the crown chakra upright, you have deeply spiritually activated this masculine energy here. And yet there's a lot of insecurity coming up here is the best way I can describe it. Because again, with man holding a coin reverse, this is someone who it's almost like They know now that their true value does not come from their status, their money, their material things, and yet they're not really sure how to define their value in the world without those things, or maybe with those things in a more balanced place as opposed to at the forefront. But somehow they perceive you as kind of this guiding light energy. And this is the case even if the two of you never communicate in the physical, even if you're not connected physically whatsoever. This is someone who senses you spiritually, who feels you almost kind of like within them subconsciously. And I'm hearing you lead by example, by the example of the way that you live in love, as we mentioned earlier, how you keep your heart so open, how you love yourself so deeply. That is what this masculine finds to be such a guiding light about you. I do see that in the physical, they may be going through a lot of chaos and turbulence at this time with the storm warning card. And I'm getting that in many cases, it's almost as though your guides, Divine Feminine, have protected you from getting too involved in some of this chaos. It's almost like they've allowed you to focus on yourself, your growth, your spiritual mission, as this masculine deals with the chaos or the fallout that they have to deal with. Yeah, so if you've been intuitively feeling a bit closed off or guarded towards this person, or maybe you've chosen to set boundaries or disconnect, I feel that you've been accurately listening to your intuition here, because your guides have been pushing you in this direction so that this masculine has the space to deal with the fallout of their life currently and pull themselves into more of a realignment with more of who they really are on a soul level. So I know that this has just been a brief Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine kind of twin flame update, but we haven't done one of these in a while. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. If this was for you, if you did like it, I would love to hear from you in the comments section. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. And of course, if you want to check out my Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal to really help realign you fully with your true power, so that you can radiate that effortless beauty and magnetism and manifest more of your dreams in life, then the link to download the Sound and Soulful app is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.